Okay, turn the hands out into mountain pose. And just turn chin over to shoulder. Just extend, keep the chest lifted. Knees are slightly soft. Come all the way back through the middle. Opposite side. Come back to the middle. Chin down to chest. Give yourself a double chin. And lift the chin all the way up to the ceiling. Okay, take a nice deep breath in. Reach all the way to the ceiling, hold the hands up nice and tall. And then from here, we're just going to lean backwards and arch. We're going to sweep down. Bend the knees, press the hips, forehead into knees, okay? Reach around, hug the back of your knees and go into that ragdoll position, okay? Knees are quite bent, bums pushed up in the air, just holding that position there. Allow the hands to drop down, sweep all the way back, up, into that bend. And bring the hands down to the side. Okay, back into mountain. Arms out. Turn the neck to one side. Back through the middle. Opposite side. Okay, big stretch. Breathe in. Hands to the ceiling. Hold it nice and high. And then you're just going to lean backwards. Allow the head to go. Sweep all the way down into ragdoll. Drop the head. Grip behind the knees. And just press those hips up. Folding all the way over. Hands down. Reach all the way back into that back bend. And then bring the hands down. Great job. Okay. Still in mountain, so palms are facing outwards. Sorry, someone's just dropped off. Okay. Hands facing from here. We're going to press through into chair. Press back, lift the chest. Knees forwards, heels to the ground. And from here, sweep forward. Hands to toes, drop the head down and fold forwards. Slide the hands up to just onto the knees, straighten the arms and press the back flat. Into that half fold. Drop the head down, raise all the way back up again. Walking out into our plank position. Keep the hips nice and high on the fingertips. Place the hands all the way down. From here, drop the knees, point the toes, lower all the way to the floor. Keeping those wrists tucked in, knees tucked together, toes are pointed. Press up into our mini cobra. So we're not looking to straighten the arms, the hips are pushed into the floor. Just holding that position. Okay, lowering back down again. Okay, from here we're just going to tuck the toes under and we're going to press up into our downward dog. So press up, lift the hips, nice and high. And we're going to take that foot, heel to ceiling into our three-legged dog. Hold that position. Take the knee into the chest, place the foot down, and then lift up into our warrior one. Back heel is lifted. So from here, we're going to add in a new move. Bring the hands into the chest, and we're just going to drop through and twist, and we're going to take that elbow to our knee. So you're just twisting through, holding that position. Doesn't seem like very much, but it's just on that strength. Then coming back up and forward, and then standing, placing the heel down. I'm just going to switch feet, otherwise I'm going to go away from you. You keep the same feet, I'm just switching. Into our warrior one. Turn out into that warrior two. Turn that back foot to the side, hands to shoulder height. Chest lifted. Slide the back hand down to the knee and then lift forward. Hips pointing toward the knee, chin pointing towards the ceiling. Hold that position. Okay, tuck in and then reach, extend across. Try not to let the hand drop. Try and press it all the way up. So we're getting a nice long line from the heel all the way to the fingertips. And over. Straighten both legs. Hands shoulder height. So we're going to push that hip out. Turn the palm. And we're going to go down to that ankle and turn towards the fingers. And then slowly coming up, flip the feet round so both are going forwards. Taking the hands out, gripping onto the ankles, keeping the hips up, and then drop that head through and down into our wide stance. Elbows are slightly soft, just pulling yourself down. Bring the hands to the middle. Just slowly press, straighten the arms if you can. And then slowly all the way up to standing. And just bring that foot in. Okay, stay at the back of your mat. We're going to switch sides, okay? So looking to do the same again. So going into that mountain. Press into chair. Sit back, raise up, press through the heels. Sweep down, lift the hips up, drop the head. Try and take that chest in towards the thighs. Hold there, nice deep breaths. And from here, slide the hands up to the knees, press the hands forward into that forward fold. Looking to straighten the legs. Just drop that head down, come all the way up. Okay, walking through into our plank, keeping our hips nice and high. Onto the fingertips, onto the toes. Walk through, holding that great shape. Neck is neutral. Drop the knees down, point the toes, and lower very slowly to the ground. Keep those wrists under the shoulders, tucking in the elbows, bringing the knees together. And press up into cobra. Hips into the floor, elbows stay tucked. And lower slowly back down again. Hold that position, tuck the toes under. We're going to press up into downward facing dog. Lift the hips nice and high, all the way up. Then from here, we're going to take the foot heel to ceiling into that three-legged dog. Go as high as you can, engage your core, really pull through the heel. Okay, tuck the knee in, into that stance, and then lift up. On the ball of the foot. Take the hands in, and we're going to cross knee into elbows, just pressing through, leaning forward, just twisting, holding that position. A little bit of balance involved here. And then come back up to the middle. Press up again into warrior one. Turn into warrior two, so turn that leg out. From here, hands slide down, lift up to the ceiling, stretching through the waist. Eyes to fingertips. Okay, tuck in and over the top we go. Again, reaching up nice and high, stretching through the hip. And then standing up into our triangle. So pressing the waist forward, palm out, down to that ankle, and then turning all the way up, looking at those fingertips. Pressing the hip upwards, legs are straight. Coming up, flick those toes round, arms nice and wide, folding forwards, drawing that chest in. The knees can bend slightly, keeping those hips up, nice wide. Let the head hang, and then up through the middle. Excellent job. Okay, walk those feet in. Just come to the middle of your mat, come to the middle of your mat. Okay, so from here, we're going to just turn the toes outwards, and we're going to sit down into our goddess position. So make sure the shoulders are rolled back and the chest is lifted, and we're just going to slowly sink into that goddess. Hands are nice and loose, and your weight is through the middle, okay? So you're not leaning forwards or backwards, and then just press up through the heels. Some of you might need to go a little bit wider, so you've got a good base, and the knees are going out towards the toes, okay? So sitting down in the middle, opening out the hip flexor. Okay, just take the hands to the middle. Press the palms together. Lift one foot up and down, and the other foot. Rolling through the ankle. Squeeze up, lower down. Final time, we're going to go both together. Press both up together. Hold, try not to wobble. And then press up through the heel and back down again. We'll do that one more time. So go down, bring the palms together. Bring one heel and the other heel. Sit nice and low, keep that chin up. Bring both together. Press up, press down. Excellent job. Walk the feet in. Okay, just going to go into tree. Now, some of you will do low tree, some will do mid tree, and some of you will do high tree. So in terms of wherever you feel comfortable, you set yourself. So just pick one side, into position, get that foot anchored. And then we're looking just to hold, opening out the hip. I'm trying not to wobble. And lower down. And from here, we're going to sink all the way through into our garland. Heels to the ground, pull that stomach in, and just press the elbows in. So this is our garland, our early man position. Okay, we're going to press back up again, all the way to standing. So this time, let's take the other foot into tree. So opening out the hip, just trying to get a good position. I've got to focus on somewhere, and then just hold that position there. Chin lifted, trying not to wobble. And then step the foot out. And again, sink down into our garland, all the way down. Opening out those hips, heels into the ground. Now, some of you might need support, or you might be slightly on. Your aim going forward is to try and rock back and work on the core, but work on that hip opening. And you're going to push all the way back up again. Okay, so we're going to go into a cross chair or a figure four position now. So go back to your first leg. We're going to lift up, and we're going to take it across the knee. And from here, we're going to look to sit down into position. Just sit down. So my foot is flexed, my head's up, my knee is bent, and I'm sat down. So this is a really good stretch into the piriformis, into your bum. Really good for that ankle and that knee flexibility. Press back up again for me. Let's change sides. So lift the foot across the knee and flex it. Bring the hands together. Now this is my slightly better side. Make sure that knee is pressed out. My head is up, and I'm looking to hold that position. Again, working on that knee strength. Make sure my foot's fully planted. My chest is up. My core is engaged. And stand up. Excellent job, guys. So again, let's widen those feet. And for the final time, we're going to go back into garland. So hands together, lower those hips down, press through the heels, go all the way past. Nice and wide. Some of you might know these as kind of a sumo position as well. Hold the position here. Take the hands behind and we're just going to fall backwards into easy pose. So just place one foot in front of the other. So you're not trying to cross the legs. You've just got one foot in front of the other and we're looking just to open out the knees. So this is my slightly tighter side, so I want to try and get that knee down from here. Okay, just opening out. Feet are relaxed. Chest is lifted. What we're going to do is just walk the hands forward. But on this one, it's different from the Pilates. We tuck our chin in, we allow the head and we allow the back to round. I want you to walk as far forward until you can feel a bite. And I just want you to hold this position. Our aim in the future is to try and get our chest down. Now I can't do that at all, but I'm getting better in terms of working through. Now if you can, walk the hands a bit further and just hold that position. Allow the head to be heavy and loose. And then just slowly come all the way back up again. We're going to look to do that one more time. So again, you're tucking the chin and you're allowing your body to just flow forwards. So lean into the stretch and hopefully you should be able to go a little bit further this time because you're a bit warmer and you understand the move. And all the way back up again. We're just going to take one of our ankles in, looking to press that knee to the floor, keeping the hips. We're going to turn around and we're going to look to take forehead to knee. You can reach the arms forward and we're looking to drop all the way through, but keeping that knee open, keeping the hip open. And coming all the way back up, let's change sides. So flip the foot out, tuck the other one. So this is my slightly tighter side. So I'm looking to try and get that knee out. I'm turning my hips and I'm leaning forward. So I can't go as far on this, but still thinking about opening out that hip, trying to get my forehead down towards my knee. And come up and together. So let's bring both our feet together into bound ankle. So we're not looking to grip the ankles, we're just taking the top of the feet and we're just going to press the knees outwards, keeping our spine long, keeping the chin lifted. And we're just going to bend forwards, take the knees over, so the elbows over the top of the legs, and we're just rolling forwards and extending, okay? Allow the knees just to, elbows to just hit below the knees, and just curl all the way over and extend that stretch. Just hold the position, and it should start to ease off slightly. And come out. Take the hands around behind, press the chest upwards, and then just allow the knees to fall out a little bit further. Again, we're not looking to rush through the moves, we're just trying to extend them each time. And bring them back together. Okay, from here, walking forwards, we're going to lower all the way down. Hands by our side, and we're going to push, bring our heels to touch our fingertips, okay? Feet are hip width apart, and from here we're going to press up into that bridge position. Tucking our tailbone under, opening out the hip, opening out through the quad. Just hold that position. And just lower down slowly. We'll do it one more time. So just press up through the hip. And lower back down again. Taking one foot onto the knee, so we're resting on that knee and we're opening out. I call this a figure 4 position in terms of opening through. Just allow that knee to open, and then we're going to grip through the supporting leg just onto the hamstring and just pull in. So stretching a very similar muscle to when we were doing this standing. And lower back down again. Okay, place the foot onto the floor and just change sides. So make sure the hips are on the floor, open out, and then you're just pressing out. Then reaching through, pulling up, and we're pulling that leg in. Nice deep stretch, lower back into that butt area. And lower down nice and slowly. Okay, from here, we're going to go into our bound ankle, but we're just going to allow the knees to drop out, and there'll be an arch in the back. And you're just going to take a nice deep breath in here. Allow the knees to open and have them as open as far as you can, okay? Take a deep breath in and out. And again, breathe in and out. Just allow those knees, allow the back to be in full contact with the floor, your shoulder blades, and your neck and your shoulders really relaxed. And then just press the feet and lengthen all the way through. And then from here, we're just going to use one of our Pilates moves. We're going to do a roll up. So tuck the chin and roll all the way up to sitting. Okay, we're going to swing the knees around and we're going to go into our thunderbolt, or our sitting position, back onto the heels, okay? Okay, up into our 4-point. And we're going to go into our cat. So pulling all the way through the spine, dropping that head down. Into that cow, so round arch, lift the chin, and again pull up nice and high, into that cat, spine, pulling through, and then all the way into cow. From here, just sit back into child's pose, extend nice and long. Bottom back, looking to get the forehead onto the mat, walking those fingers forward. Just hold this position. And then coming all the way back up into our 4-point position, okay? Just going to stretch off the shoulders, and we're going to then try and add a couple of new moves in. We're going to go into our thread the needle. So what I want you to do is slide the hand through, reaching, but I want you to keep the head up this time. So I want you to keep the head looking forward, and I want you to just press. So your head stays off the ground, but looking to press the shoulder in, okay? Keeping those hips up, but the head stays off the ground. And then come up, let's slide through to the other side. So hand up, reaching through. You can turn the head to the side, but I don't want you to drop it to the floor, okay? And really reach, keep those hips up. And through. So let's change sides. We're going to thread it through again. So this time I'm going to look to drop that head all the way down. And we're going to open out that opposite arm. Bring that upper arm down and then press back up and through. Change sides, so slide the hand through, drop the head down, keep the hips up nice and high, and then open out. And come down. Push back up again. Okay, from here, just walk back into a plank position. So just walk through into a plank and look to take the knees down, point the toes, and then lower all the way to the ground. From here, we're going to push back into a child's pose. Press back all the way through. From here, we're going to press all the way through onto our elbows, and we're going to press up into a low plank position. Hold that position, tuck the knees, press all the way back into that child's pose. So working on shoulder, arm stability, but just working through that back as well. So sliding through, keep the hands onto the ground, into that low plank position. Just flowing from one move to the other. Try to get those shoulders over those elbows, and then drop those knees down, and then sit back into that extended child's pose. Keep it nice and long. Final time through into that low plank. So bring the elbows down into that low plank position. And lower those hips down, all the way to the floor, and all the way down. Okay, from here, pressing up, tuck the toes under, we're going to go into our upward facing dog. Press up nice and high. And from here, we're going to go into a lizard. So we're going to take the lunge out to the side, keeping that back knee off the ground, keeping that hip up, and we're going to lower down, but keeping our back knee off the ground. So we're looking to extend and hold that position. Back is flat. My knee is pressed out to the side, and you can't quite see it, but my knee's just there behind me. Press the hands back up again. And then we're going to walk that foot back and then press back up into downward dog. So foot jumps back, and then we're pressing all the way up into downward dog. On the balls of the feet. And then we're going to go into our lizard. So we're going to lunge out to the side, keep my back knee up, pressing, then I'm going to walk my hands down and I'm lowering on. So really good hip opener, keep that back knee off the ground. Again, so you've got that shoulder strength, but also that hip. So press it back up again, walk the foot back, then press up into that downward dog position onto the balls of the feet. Okay, from here, tuck the knees in, draw them down, and then sit back into that child's pose position. Okay, we're going to drop all the way through into upward facing dog. So our hips are off the ground, but our toes are nice and long. Now from here, we are just going to vary our toes. So our toes press through, and our hips go into plank. We then lower the knees down and we press, but we stay up. So we're just going to work a little cycle here, allowing the back to move, okay? So press the hips all the way up to there. It's a very small move, but it's a strong move. Lower the knees back down again. Point the toes into that upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, press the hips up, Strong core. Lower those knees down. Point the toes into that upward facing dog. Final time. Tuck the toes. Press up. And from here, just sitting back. Knees are off the ground. Working the ankle. Drop the knees down. Sit back onto the heel, stretch the arch of the foot, and drop that forehead to the floor. Come through into your 4-point position. Allow the knees to drop down. And then sitting all the way back and lifting up. Okay. From here, we're just going to look to turn the neck. Should feel nice and loose through. Opposite side. Back to the middle, chin. And all the way to the ceiling. Okay, take one hand up and we're just going to press all the way, be as long as we can. Fingertips, your hands pointing inwards, palms inward. Turn the palm out and press it to the floor. Just hold it there. Reach up. Big, big stretch. Turn the palm out, just a small move. Lower it down. Okay, from here, we're going to do our half camel. So we're just going to stretch out through. So we're going to start on one side. So you're going to look to place this hand on the same heel. And from here, you're just going to lift up and press forward. And if you can, you're going to take that arm up. So this is our half camel. And then lower it back down nice and slowly. So again, bring the moves we did last week. So hand on, press the hip up, and extend. Press, lower down. Just do one on the other side again. So lift and press, flowing through, feeling the hip flexor, coming down again, other side, press up and lift, lower and down. Okay, tuck forwards, we're going to rock back, pressing up into a ball, and then we're going to shoot those hips all the way up. Looking to come to standing, straightening the legs, dropping the head. And then all the way up to standing. Okay, just going to go back to the moves that we did at first. So take a nice deep breath in. Reach all the way up to the ceiling and then extend backwards. You should feel, I'm hitting the ceiling. And then you should go forwards into our ragdoll. Behind the knee, this should feel much more loose. Sweep down, up to standing. I'm just going to walk forward. And then over the top again. And bring the hands down. Okay, take a nice deep breath in. I'm going to go wide. Hands to the top. Hands to heart. We're done for today, guys. Well done. Have a fantastic Friday. There will be a session tomorrow morning at 9:30 for those who want to join in. An invite will go out later today. Have a great Friday, guys. Take care.